guys, welcome back to Second Kick Moto and Auto. Continuing with the Aero project, 1100 Aero project. We're going to take the fuel tank off. Hopefully the front fender and the front wheel today too. So I got the fuel off. I'm going to disconnect the fuel line. Hopefully we don't lose very much. You might have some spill out. Be prepared for that. Hopefully it's a good valve and it doesn't start going everywhere. And we have a 8mm bolt up top and a 12mm bolt in the back. And this one fortunately doesn't have any electronics through it or anything, so it should be just a straight lift up and off at that point. So let's get started. Well, that wasn't very tight. It's a point with any new bike you buy, whether you're tearing it apart or not. It's not a bad idea to go through it just to see if anything's rattled loose, because maybe the previous order wasn't keeping up on that. So there's the back bolt out. Once again, like I did at the back of the bike, I'll be putting all these bolts back in their place after the tank's off, just so I can keep track of them and not lose them. Know what goes where. Okay, let's see. There we go. I'll also be putting something in that fuel line to plug it so no dirt's getting inside of it. Let's see if we can lift this tank off. Ooh, that's tight. There we go, just stuck. Okay. Try to get it up off the guides. Holy cow, there's a lot of gas in this. Oh, it's a twin fuel line. Okay. Must be a vent tube. Yeah, it's a vent tube on the other side. There we go. I'm gonna take the vent tube off, which you'll have to get once the tank's lifted up anyways. There's our tank. It's got lots of gas in it. I'm gonna have to drain that out. So now we're going to be moving on to the fender and the front wheel. See if I can get my stand set up here. There we go. Even in the summer, to be a good Canadian, you got to drink your Tim Hortons coffee. So unlike the back, this time I think we're going to take the fender off, then the wheel. I've got the bike up on the scissor lift, and I've got it balanced so the front wheel is just up. And, I see some old chrome caps here that might be an issue getting off when we want to take the axle off. Might have to come back to that. Okay. So I think we're going to take this one off and then take the accessories off. We got some 10mm bolts that come off the forks. They have a real tight spot to get to. There we go. This is one of four. Sorry, there's a hornet in here somewhere. I'm allergic to them, so I gotta be careful. It's gonna take a bit. I think I'm gonna break. I'll come back to you when I'm getting the last bolt out. It's 4. It's hard to get up in behind there. So instead of you watching me for 10 minutes pulling 4 bolts out, I'll come back as I'm on the last one. Okay guys, actually I just want to make sure you're filming. Yes, we are. Perfect. Alright. It's been about roughly 10 minutes and I'm on my last fender bolt here, and we should be able to pull the fender off. Now aside from the 4 bolts, there is one bracket for the brake line that's attached to the fender. It's a 10 mil. So hopefully if you can hear that music, it's not me, it's a Jeep with no top. This should loosen this fender off. Feels like it. Holy cow. Well, I must say this is going to be fun to take off, put on with fresh paint. It is tight. It's probably supposed to go down. So maybe we'll be doing this and then the wheel. And definitely be taping the areas where we go. Okay. So we have to take off either the front or rear set of spars to get the fender off. That is these bolts. I think I'm going to go right to a ratchet and try and get this done. Yeah. Now, as far as I can tell, there's a bolt on the inside and a bolt on the outside to take these off. I think it's a 10 millimeter on the inside. This is something I was going to be doing in a minute anyways. Yes, it is. Looking at the way this flares, I may have to take it out the other way. Interesting. Well, I think I'm going to pull all 4 of these off while I'm here. Which, as you can see, it's a 10 mil on the inside and 8 on the out. Once again, we're going to pause because we don't need to be watching me do this for 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm working on the front little chrome piece of trim here on my last bolt, and I should be able to hopefully take this fender out the back. Hopefully. Well, if I wasn't painting this, I'd probably be upset. There we go. There it is. I still got to take this off. I'm going to take the bottom off. I'm going to take this front trim piece off. Hopefully going to get that filled. I don't think I want it back on the bike. This is stuck on. I think I'm going to either I'll let the body shop take it off or I'll try and take it off. I want to put that back on though. I like it. So it's all stuff. It's pretty straightforward, guys. So I'm going to do that off camera. And then we'll get this stuff off the paint hopefully in the next week or so. When I come back, we'll be taking the front tire off. Okay guys, so it's actually a day later, but we're still continuing on with this video. So we're gonna get the front wheel off. I'm gonna, it's a number 6 like it was in the back. They got 4 pinch bolts. And then on this side, the axle's got a 22 millimeter on it, and I'm gonna see if I can just back it out. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, and we're gonna find out as we go along. So let's start by loosening these pinch bolts and see if we can't slide that axle out. And then hopefully I can just roll the wheel out the front here. It is in the air, so. Back those out so there's definitely no tension on them. Okay, so let's see if we can back this axle out now. Well, it went loose pretty quickly. Oh, it's a nut on. Oh no. Okay. We got a bolt on this side backing out. And the axle will go this way, so I think I'm gonna put this bolt back in a little bit. Get our rawhide, see if we can't tap the axle out. Nice rawhide hammer, soft on the metal and the threads. Perfect. So hopefully we can pull this out now. And just like the back, you're going to want to watch for spacers. There's our axle out. There's one spacer here. I think I'm going to spin this clamp right open. Alright. Let's see if we can't. There we go. There it is, guys. Front wheel's off. And then just like I did at the back, I'm going to put my axle back in. I'm actually going to see if I can get the spacer off. Yeah, I did. Okay. So put the spacer over on the side it was on so we don't lose track of it. And I'm going to push this axle back in a little bit. Take the bolt that goes in on the other side. Now we know where everything goes, and it hasn't walked away on us. That's pretty much for teardown right now. I think in the future, before things start to go back on, I'm going to go through and I'm going to clean the entire bike underneath. All the parts that are hard to get to when the metal and the tin's on and the wheels are on, I'll go through and clean everything up specifically. I think I'm going to take a crack at polishing the forks. So be watching for that video as well. I'm going to see if I can polish these up to close to mirror finish, at least like a nice polished aluminum. And then then hopefully parts start coming in and we'll start getting the bike back together. Okay, thanks guys. I hope this has helped. Maybe if you're looking to tear down your Honda, or you're just watching to see how this bike turns out. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. Please, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. We've got more builds coming up. I got lots of projects on the go right now. And if you want to know when I'm putting up more content right away, please tap that bell. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching.